Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Another tragedy in the world of entertainment by a very familiar pattern. This time it is voice actor from the cartoon series David H.K. Bell. He voiced the big Hawaiian dude in Lilo and Stitch. And of course, just recently, that series released a new movie on May 23rd, 2025, not even a month ago. In the article about his death, pretty much all the articles which are syndicated, they point out that the movie grossed nearly $1 billion. They have to throw in that detail. And the strange thing is, this kind of stuff happens all the time in the world of entertainment. A release of a work comes out and there's a death. There's been so many examples. John Wick's a big series. The actor from the HBO Wire hit series who was also in John Wick, who works at the hotel in the movie series, he's announced dead right before the John Wick 4 comes out. That was an example that I'm sure a lot of people remember. There's been several since and many before that. The point is, these movies, these shows, they're coming out and then a death is connected to them over and over. When Netflix put out the remake of Wednesday, or I guess that was a take on the Addams Family, the real actress, or I shouldn't say the real, but the original actress who played Wednesday, she just dropped dead right at that time. Again, we've covered all these things over the years, but something that is very consistent in all these suspicious deaths are the numbers. And one of those numbers that comes up all the time in these ritualistic deaths is 46. And it seems to be biblical. In the Torah, Genesis 46, it speaks about sacrifice. And there's a practice associated with the Torah that comes from Kabbalah known as Gematria, and that's the practice of coding numbers into words. And in this code of letters into numbers, sacrifice equates to 46. In this case, so does Lilo and Stitch. And if you put an ampersand in there, it's a null value. If you type in an ampersand on Derek's calculator, it just deletes it. And Derek, if you're out there, that was a dumb change that you made to the calculator, because people will look at this and be like, oh, you're manipulating. You left out the and part. I didn't leave it out. And again, Derek runs the Gematria calculator, and I don't know why he did that update where it just deletes the and from the title. But again, and's a null value, so Lilo and Stitch does equal 46. If you spelled out and as a word, it would be a different number. But again, they do use the ampersand, which is a null value. So anyway, the title of the film is 46. Sacrifice is 46. The voice actor is dead at 46 right after the release of the film. Another familiar pattern is 20 with death, because death equals 20. He died June 12th. That was 20 days after the new film released. And the day he died, June 12, 2025, was a date with 63 numerology. He's commonly referred to as David H.K. Bell, which equates to 63. And if you're wondering how these numerical values are calculated, very simply, it is the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26 with numerology applied to each letter. So you see that L is worth 3. That's because L is the 12th letter of the alphabet. The numerology of 12 is 1 plus 2 is 3. I is the 9th letter. L is the 12th, becoming 3. O is the 15th. 1 plus 5 is 6. S, the 19th letter. 19 breaks down to 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 breaks down to 1 plus 0 is 1. Thus, S is 1. T, the 20th letter, is 2 plus 0 is 2. So on. And David H.K. Bell equates to 63 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Z is 1 back to A is 26 with numerology applied. But this is par for the course. This is what we see over and over in the world of entertainment. Again, look up the song Murder by Numbers by The Police. Netflix just added the film Copycat to its library. And in the film Copycat, which is about a serial killer, they even play the song Murder by Numbers at about the hour and 9-minute mark. And while they play that song in the movie, if you're paying attention, they zoom in on the door in the police office, and the number sequence in reverse is 3 and 4, like the word murder equals 34. Again, the song is Murder by Numbers by The Police. But they're even paying tribute to the numbers in the scene of the film as Sting sings Murder by Numbers. Again, this stuff's all over the world of entertainment. It's encoded in your news. It is in the entertainment. It's in history. And it is the same patterns over and over again. So, R.I.P. to David H.K. Bell. And until next time, True Seeker.